नंदर भिखारी धारी नंदर भिखारी धारी गौर हरि जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे राधा माधव राधा माधव जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय आनंद देव 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 जय निताय गौरांग जय निताय गौरांग 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 जय पंचतत्वा जय पंचतत्वा पंचतत्वा जय पंचतत्वा पंचतत्वा जय पंचतत्वा पंचतत्वा जय पंचतत्वा जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल। कीर्तन संकीर्तन की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। We start with Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnane Anjana Shalakya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tat aham vande Shri Guru Dina Tarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. That's it. Welcome to the second session of Festival of Enlightenment. How many of you were there last week? Okay. So maybe you people can just talk about some of the points which we discussed last time. Yeah? So can you pass on the mic? Yes, some points which we discussed. What was the context last time?
Missing link.
What was the topic? Missing link. The topic was missing link. Yeah. Each one of you, those who were present last time, you can say one point.
The missing link we are discussing.
What is missing link?
I was not able to tell how to explain, but I understand what is the concept.
Okay, ठीक है. Keep telling your name and then pass it to
I'm
Himaja. Yeah.
We discussed about
This mic is not working. Just see, or maybe keep it very close to you. Yeah.
difference between animal and human.
So we understood about what are the similarity and what are the differences between animal and human being, right?
Actually, we discussed about the similarities and the differences between humans and how we can become a better human. I also feel that we are able to. As well as I also learned that there is something, even if we are doing our work, which is like this or that, but we are missing something inside us. We are just going through something we are running after something, but we don't know what is that thing. That is the major thing. We run for something for small things which doesn't give us that much of the satisfaction. We are running after it, but we are not able to get it because we are not running to the correct thing. These correct needs spiritual needs, or we are just running if we get something like this small, we will get happiness, but we don't. We start. It happens like a cycle, and we start thinking about something, and it's okay, this I got, now I will think about this, so I will get more happiness. So that is what I want.
Right. Anybody else would like to share?
Hare Krishna. So in the last class you talked about the missing link. So what we're missing, the hollowness inside. And that is because of the lack of spiritual practices. So you mentioned about few of the differences between animals and human beings. That's sleep. That is sleeping, eating, enjoyment, and defending. So these are the similarities between humans and the animals. So it's about the human life is about, it's made for higher purposes, for inquiring about the higher purposes of life. So this is one of the major keys that you explained.
Nice. So anybody else? So we'll just summarize in 2-3 minutes. So one thing we discussed about, the topic was missing link. That missing link is we always try to, as Harshita had explained, we always try to get something, and we feel like if we get this thing, we'll be happy. But that happiness will be there only for that particular moment. And again, we try to find out new things, like abhi kuch aur naya karte hain, so that may give happiness. So that's how we try doing, and at the end of it, because there is something inside which is trying to get happiness, and that happiness we try to fulfill by various medium, right? And then we discussed about first of all, we should understand there is a missing link, right? So that's why we started with difference between animal and human being, and then we discussed about the similarities. When we looked at the similarity, we understood everything is common between we and animals. We also eat, they also eat, we also sleep, they also sleep, we also enjoy, they will also enjoy, we also try to defend, they also try to defend. But only difference is sophisticated way we do all these things, and we are very greedy, because whatever is there, they will sleep, but we want comfortable sleep. Whatever is there for eating, they will eat, but we want variety, right? Those kind of things we discussed. And then we discussed about differences. So in the differences we discussed about, first one was ability to inquire. Animal can't inquire, right? They won't have that ability to inquire. And then blissfulness, right? That we try to find. And then Choice. We have a choice. They will not have choice. Wherever they are, they will sit and they will enjoy. So and moreover, we can take a decision. We can strengthen our intelligence and we can see what is right for us, what is wrong for us. And then determination. So A, B, C, D. So D is determination. So we can, human beings are determined. If they want to do, they will do. Right? So these are the things we have discussed. Now, since the first point for human being is ability to inquire, right? So that is how we will inquire today. Correct? Because then only we will be human being. So we will do that part. So this will be from Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. So Bhagavad Gita, 1st chapter, it's not like we have covered 1st chapter. It's about like 2nd chapter is about when Krishna explains about who you are, because we have to understand who we are. So that understanding we will get it from 2nd chapter. So we are concentrating today only on one shloka, just one shloka, and we will go deeper into it, and this will explain all the aspects about ourselves. Okay, so the topic is exploring the inner self. So we will dedicate this presentation to His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Because of him only we are sitting together and we are discussing about this. Otherwise we will be living the life like animal only. We wouldn't understand who we are, those kind of an explanation of Bhagavad Gita. So because of him, he struggled and we are enjoying today because of his struggle and sitting. And we are able to understand like there is something after death also. Okay, so we will start with an understanding about one analogy. So just take an example. If somebody comes to your home, okay, and he gives some money to you and he asks you to keep this money for some time, and he's traveling, and once he is back, then he will take it. Okay, so you will be keeping the money for some time, and he has told like after 1 month I will come and take it back. Okay, so he comes after 1 month, and then easily you give back that money. Okay, that's done. Another scenario is you got a lottery ticket, you won 1 crore rupees. Okay, and it's your money because you won it, but it was stolen. So what was the reaction in the first scenario and what will be the reaction in second scenario? First is not ours. So will you feel anything? No, because it was given by somebody and he came and he took it because it was not ours. In the second scenario, so what we will do? Sad. So many emotions will come, right? What could be the reason for that? Ours. That means we had some attachment. We had got attached to that. In the previous case, we were not attached. This is just given for some temporarily, and this is our work. We will just do it and give it back. In the second scenario, हमारा है सब कुछ. This is ours. Right? So with that, this point you remember. Okay. Now with this, when the Bhagavad Gita started, Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna to Arjuna where? In the battlefield, right? So now in the battlefield he spoke, right, as such a spiritual matter, and we are also in the battle, right? This material world is also a battle, so that's how we have to always fight at every day. So we have to understand as a human being how we should be living, so that this kind of anxiety and other stuff doesn't come, right? So that's why that's why Bhagavad Gita is called as life manual, because we understand how the life should be led, right? So now in this, Arjuna's first argument is he is standing in the war and in the battlefield. Now he has to fight, and the opposite side, his relatives, his grandfather, his teachers, his brothers, everybody is there, right? No, everything is his, right? So it's like he is attached, right? So he is asking, how can I punish my own family member, because they are my own, they are permanently with him only, as if, right? So that's how there is a attachment. Now so now Krishna first of all tells him about how to deal with such kind of attachment, right? How to deal with such kind of attachment. Now with this understanding, where are we leading to? We are leading to aspects of body and soul. Okay, now first thing is, do you feel like attachment is right or wrong? Attachment is good or bad? Good. But when you are attached, what happens? There will be transition in the mood, right? Sometimes happy, sometimes sad. Without attachment, nobody can live, right? That is, if no attachment is not there, then nothing will be there. But to whom we should be attached, that is important, right? So that's how Krishna is explaining. First thing in the second chapter, he is explaining about understand what is permanent, what is temporary. So attachment to temporary things leads to anxiety, dissatisfaction. But attachment to permanent things will never lead to this kind of problems. So that's why in the second chapter, initially we should understand what is temporary and what is permanent. Okay. So we will be understanding here what is temporary and what is permanent. So one thing we understood, there will be always hollowness in the heart, and that hollowness can be filled only by feeding spirituality, right? Because we have to fulfill our spiritual need, then we will be happy, right? Now we have to another thing which we have to understand is what are the things to which we should attach and what are the things we should not be attached. So that means first thing we should first understand what is temporary and what is permanent, right? Now okay, there is one nice analogy again, it's given for that understanding about temporary. You are traveling in a train and you got a good seat. That seat was very comfortable. You were very relaxed, you had a nice sleep, everything was nice. But there is a destination, you have to get down, but you don't want to leave that seat. You're so attached, this is my seat, this is my place, who will come, who will sit on that place, right? And we are so attached, like you're not able to leave that. But can you stay there permanently? So one part is clear, like there are something temporarily, and if we are attached to temporarily, what we will get is only sadness, anxiety, tension, right? So this we discussed about, is attachment wrong? So attachment is not wrong, because we have to have attachment, but we have to see to what particular object we should be attached. So we should understand what is temporary, what is permanent, and attachment to temporary things leads to sufferings, right? Because as we gave the example of train, or we discussed about the analogy where you thought like this is my money, so we get attached, right? So permanent and temporary part you understood. Now what we are going to do is, we are getting deeper into it, what Krishna has explained to Arjuna, to make him understand for what you are crying, or you are feeling like I don't want to fight, because you are having compassion only for the dress, only for the outside dress, but inside what is there, that is what Krishna will explain to Arjuna. if somebody is in the like he is swimming and he is drowning and you want to save him, उसकी ड्रेस पकड़ के थोड़ी ना सेव करेंगे, है ना, उस बंदे को सेव करना है ना. So that's how he is telling, you are thinking about you will save these people, nothing will happen. So that's how he is first explaining about the concept of body and soul, and by explaining what is temporary, what is permanent. Okay, so before getting into Krishna's explanation about soul and body, permanence and temporary, we will just use our common sense. Okay, I'll just say something and you people have to point. Okay, your head, your eyes, your hand, your legs, yourself. Okay, so now you yourself means okay, ठीक है, we'll come to that. Okay, now we will just have some examples. I am referring to the name which Kartikeya Prabhuji always take. Name is Michael. So Michael example will take. Michael is died. Okay, so the information about his death, how will it come to others? It will be said like Michael has passed away, right? Michael has passed away. That kind of information will be given. Now after some time, like that like he has to be cremated, you know. So what will they say? Michael's body, right? What will they say? Michael's body. This part is clear. Body, we are talking about something is left from the body, and we are talking about now Michael's body, right? That means there was something in him which has gone. यही बोलते हैं ना, गुजर गया, passed away, right? Something is gone from his, but he is there. Michael's body is there, but something is past, right? So these are simple logical senses which we understood, like my hand, my leg, my feet, my hand, my laptop, but I am not this, right? I am different. I am different from all these objects. What I am? Soul. That everybody knows, and as if Arjuna didn't know, he also knew. But the problem is we don't realize. We don't realize that we know jnana, but we don't know vijnana. Right? We know conceptually, but we don't practically realize it. Right? So that's why Krishna keeps explaining about this concepts in many verses. Second chapter 72 verses are there, but the initial up to I think 30, if I remember correctly, he talks about only analytical study of body and soul. But now you people, everybody knows, right? In this logical common sense itself, we know, like somebody died and we see like the person is there, and but we say like he is dead. Something from his body has passed away, right? Now another example is about organ donation. Like that also you people would have heard, right? So that means his organs are working, but still we call the person is dead, because something which was driving that person is not there, right? Something which was driving that person is not there, but everything is there, everything else is there. Now what we will be doing today, we will, whatever we have discussed about logical or common sense, we will scientifically understand, right? You remember last time I told you people don't believe blindly, always have a scientific reason, right? So see, understand, apply, and then see whether it is working, then you should say yes. So that's how I said soul, body. You also said yes, soul, body, but we have to see, we should feel ऐसा है क्या, है ना? So that you can feel by practically understanding every aspect. So we will recite this shloka, second chapter, 13th verse. Please repeat after me. Dehino asmin yatha dehe Komaram yovanam jara तथा देहांतरा प्राप्तेर धीरस्तत्र न मूयते. Someone can read the translation. Hare
Hare Krishna. As the embodied soul continuously passes in the body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we are just discussing today only this verse. So what is the section we are going to talk about right now is Komaram Yovanam Jara. We will first talk about Komaram Yovanam Jara. So this part is clear as the embodied soul continuously passes in the body from boyhood to youth to old age. Soul similarly passes into another body, okay, at death. Now you people have to be very attentive. So this you have to identify the personalities, okay. So you can see these pictures. The shlokas you see, what is the shloka? Body, the stages are boyhood to youth to old age. This part is clear. We are talking about the verse where we are talking about that there is a transformation, there is a transition from boyhood to youth to old age. Now we will see boyhood to youth to old age. Okay, so in this you see some pictures. Mother Teresa, you people can name if you want to, like Mother Teresa in the middle, A.R. Rahman, then Einstein, and then Nelson Mandela, then Roger Federer, and then Steve Jobs, then Barack Obama, then Oprah Winfrey, Elizabeth. Okay, clear. Now you have seen, you will remember, memory. You have to store it in your memory. So I will show their childhood pictures. And by seeing the childhood pictures, you have to identify who that person is. Okay. First, कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे तो पहले एक एक करके करते हैं ना. फर्स्ट स्टेज, जस्ट थिंक अबाउट इट. गलत सही ठीक है बोलो. ओके, नेक्स्ट. Is it right? Okay. So what is happening here? Same person, transition. Body is changing. But still Einstein was Einstein in the childhood also. His name was not changed because he is that same person. Only what is happening? Body is changing and there is a big transformation, like we are not able to identify. Okay, we will go to the next set. Some 9 I think we showed personalities, right?
Nelson Mandela.
Okay. This was easy to identify, but the thing is you could identify, I think, by seeing that youth wala picture. It was difficult for you people to identify it from the childhood, right? Now you have seen your childhood pictures. very like 1 year, 2 years, is it same? Lot of changes has happened, right? But you are the same only, right? This part is clear. Something is there within us, we will be, which is constant. Only body is keep on changing. That's why when people grow old, they want to run, they want to walk, they don't want to sit, because that soul is still that inertia is there, that soul is there, which and very difficult to tell them like now you can't walk. That's why what God gives, what God does, He gives new body, right? He gives new body now, so that the person, because person has a desire, I want to run, I want to walk, I want to do these things. अभी क्या करेंगे भगवान? भगवान का तो वही है, जो तुम्हें चाहिए वही दूंगा मैं. Your desires, you want to run, ठीक है, क्या करूँ? दोबारा से तुम्हारे को बच्चा बना देता हूँ, दोबारा से बच्चा बन जाओ, दोबारा से वही करो, है ना? So you understood, right? So there is something which is always there. Our name, our things will be because मदर टेरेसा को मदर टेरेसा ही बोलती थी उनकी माँ, मतलब उनका जो नाम होगा पहले पता नहीं, लेकिन जो भी होगा तो मतलब उनका नाम, जिस नाम से वो आइडेंटिफाई हुई थी तब से तब तक वही रहेगा, है ना? जैसे अभी मेरा भी अभी स्पिरिचुअल नेम राधा सरस्वती, सो बट आई इफ आई टेल माई पेरेंट्स, they will not call, they will call Rachna only. So it's like Rachna will be Rachna only, like we will be that only, but only thing is things will be changing on the external part of it, right? This part is clear. We'll move to the next. Okay, so what did we discussed? Which part we discussed? Komaram Yovanam Jara, है ना? Komaram Yovanam Jara. You saw that Komar stage and you saw the old age stage, है ना? So now we will go to the underlined section, which is Dehino Asmin Yatha Dehi. So in this we will understand about Dehi and Dehe. Dehi and Deha. Okay. So till now all of you have understood like there is something which is constant, right? This is something constant. That like this happens now when we are getting into the youth age. So and when people are getting into jobs, they feel like bachpan hi acha tha, no tension, right? So those kind of things happens because you as a soul, you know about how I was in the childhood, right? So you are same, but around you situations are changing, but you are the same, right? So now that's what we understood, like something is fixed, that is soul, that is we means soul. This part is clear. I am not this body, I am the soul. This part we are clear. Now how many bodies we have? How many bodies we have? How many bodies? 1 or 2 or 3 or 4? 5. What are those? Okay. So as this is good, these are the components that will come. As such, we have 2 bodies. One is gross body, another one is subtle body. The one which you talked about, Panchabhuta, that is, these are the components of gross body. Clear? So soul is, you can see here, we are the soul. Above, outside the soul, there is one body. That body we call it as subtle body, and outside it is gross body. So gross body we all are seeing, right? Everybody is able to see everybody, each other, right? So gross body we all are clear. The subtle body, okay, gross body, we will first see what gross body is made up of, then we will get into the other part. So you said about Panchabhuta, so we will just understand our gross body. Here we understood about soul, now we are talking about gross body. We will refer this shloka 7th chapter 4th verse here, what your gross body is made up of. Okay, Bhumirapo nalo vayu Khammano buddhirev cha Ahankara iti amme Vinna prakriti ashtadha. Someone can read the translation.
Earth, water, fire, air, the mind, intelligence, and false ego. Altogether, these 8 constitute my separated material energies.
Nice. So, earth, water, fire, air, ether. These are the 5 components which are making the gross body. And we saw there is another body. That another body is subtle body. And subtle body is made up of mind, intelligence, and false ego. Okay. So, you can see false ego, you can see intelligence or mind. Can you see that? But everybody has. Everyone has intelligence, everyone has mind, right? But we don't see, but we can perceive it. Correct? Okay. Now we will just see here the examples are this gross body, subtle body. Gross body is a external body which we saw, which is made up of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And then we saw subtle body. Subtle body is mind, intelligence, and ego, false ego. See, now if you go back and see in this, if you see the one Bhagavad Gita shloka itself talking about the science aspects of ourself. Nothing till now what we are discussing, we are talking about only ourselves. So Bhagavad Gita is only talking about yourself. It's about who you are, what you are made up of, right? So in this, if we study so many material component to understand, but in Bhagavad Gita in one statement everything is clear, right? Okay, so this part is clear. Now, what is the difference between mind and intelligence? Any idea? Mind and intelligence.
Everyone is having a mind, but the intelligence level is different for everyone.
Correct. So everyone has mind, but intelligence level is different. So in mind works on liking and disliking, right? I like this, I don't like this, I want to go for this, I don't want to go for this. But intelligence goes for the correctness, which is right, which is wrong. Mind goes with liking and disliking, and intelligence tells what is right, what is not right. Now take your example only. Now you people, where you people are staying in PG, there are so many girls are there, but you had a choice, right? Whether to come here or whether not to come. Why we have to do the follow? Are you coming? Messages, please react to this. Why we have to do? Because we know mind will distract. Mind will not allow you to come, because mind is nurtured. It has seen only those things which now you are attracted also towards those things. So it is very difficult to go against those things. But intelligence sometimes works positively, and we try to when our Mataji's calls, they tell whether you are coming. So that time your intelligence gets some kind of signal, because that's a message of Lord only, right? It is not like everybody what we are doing is just his message, like we are just postman काम कर रहे हैं हम लोग, right? His message is already given. We are just taking that message and giving it to you, right? So it's Lord's message. So that's how it touches your intelligence. And suddenly it may say, but your mind sometimes is so strong, like it overpowers intelligence also, right? So gross body we have understood earth, water, fire, air, ether. Subtle body made up of mind, intelligence and false ego. What is false ego?
Attitude that
I am, right? That I am, that is what that attitude, why it comes? Because we consider ourselves as body. I am this, I have this. So that I part, this false ego will keep reminding us, you are not the soul, you are body. So this false ego, not true ego, false ego will give us the wrong direction. And that's how, since this false ego is making us understand this, that's why mind will say, since you like this, you should go for it. Because you like it, you means false ego. Since you like it, you should go for it. Then intelligence will be weak. Right? So that is what we are trying to do in this. We are trying to make our intelligence strong. Intelligence, because there are so many people. बाहर जाओगे तो चाय वाला भी आपको correctness बताएगा. You should do this, you should do this. Because everybody feels like they all have good intelligence. Because the false ego has made them proud, like you are intelligent. So everybody is intelligent, everybody corrects, everybody gives the decision. But what is correct, what is not correct, what is right, what is... Okay, there was a nice example, drunkard. He is drunkard and he will give you good suggestions like do this. Because for him, these are the right things, right? But who gives the right direction? Right directions are given by the... You take any phone, you take anything. There is a manual, na? Without manual, you won't be able to operate anything. So we have to see that manual, how we should be working. Similarly, we have got this life. So we have to understand how we should be living our life. So that we have to understand from Bhagavad Gita. What is right, what is wrong, what we should be doing, what we should not be doing. Those kind of references are there in Bhagavad Gita. When you go through it, then you understand, then your intelligence will be strong. Then you would know in career what I should do, which will be which direction I should take. Those kind of clarity also comes, because Lord will make your intelligence strong so that right choices you can take. Choices is your decision, right? Human has the ability to make choices, and choices can be driven by intelligence. But we are not giving chance, mind is not giving chance to intelligence. Why? Mind says घर पे बैठ के rest करो, आराम करो. Why you want to go for classes? Right? You can sleep na 2-3 hours. So now we have to see whether to listen to mind or listen to intelligence. Actually, mind, if you understand, mind is like a driving instrument, and driver is, it will come actually. I am also, so mind is a driving instrument, and intelligence is a driver. Like you have a scissor in your hand, and you are, what will happen if your scissor itself start working? Huh? Ulta सीधा इधर उधर मारेगी, correct? So driver has to control, right? So there is another verse from Bhagavad Gita. Before we get into it, first part when we spoke, you understood there was one statement which I just wanted to emphasize. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, you understood. Mind, intelligence, false ego, you understood. Total elements are 8. This also clear. Now one statement is my separated material energies. Who separated material energies? Who is saying this? Lord. Okay, so these are Lord's energies only. Now this part is clear. These all are Lord's energies. We are not getting into detail as of now. At this level only you understand. Okay, now we understood like earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego, all are Lord's energies. Now we will understand about this part. Okay, apreyamitasvam manyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhuta mahabaho yayetyam dharyate jagat. Okay, someone can read.
Hare Krishna. Besides these, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature.
So we understood, right? Those whatever we discussed, those were the energies of the Lord. Now, apart from those, he is saying there is another superior energy. Who is that superior energy? Soul, living entities. Who are, what are they doing? Exploiting the resources of material inferior. That is very, very clear, right? We, as a soul, as a living entity, what are we doing? Earth, water, fire, ether, those resources we are exploiting, right? So that part is clear. So what are we? We are the spiritual energies of the, we are also energies of the Lord. Okay, now we will get into this example. Okay, so here if you see there is a chariot. This chariot is compared to the senses. This chariot is our body, material body. So material body is compared to the chariot. Clear? Now in this there are 5 horses. So what are those? 5 senses. What are those 5 senses?
Eyes, smell,
Eyes, nose, ears, tongue, touch. Right? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue. So these are the 5 senses. Right? Now there are ropes. Right? So these ropes are mind. And who is driving this mind? Intelligent, the person who is a driver. Okay, and the person sitting in the car, this chariot is soul. What is his soul's condition? Scared, suffering. So who is suffering? We are suffering. Why we are suffering? Because of lose control of mind. See what will happen if you leave these ropes loosely. What will happen? Senses will go here and there, hither and thither, and then it will go in different direction, and then intelligence will not be able to take any right decision, and the person will suffer. Those anxieties, those tensions, those things will come. Clear? So here that means who has to drive this? Horses too should be driven by. See, these 5 senses can't do anything, right? They are at the lower level. Above them is mind. Above mind is intelligence. Above intelligence is soul. Because we have learned like this is Lord's superior energy and all others are inferior energy. So now we have to sharpen our intelligence. If our intelligence is sharpened, that means the driver is strong now. If the driver is strong, then he can control the driving instrument. Now what is a driving instrument? Ropes, right? And senses will go in the right direction. Is that clear? This is the complete analogy of our body. Our body is like a chariot, and the person sitting in the chariot is we, ourselves, soul. And the person who is driving is intelligence. And the ropes are mind. And the horses are senses. So senses have to be controlled. And senses can be controlled by mind. Mind can be controlled by intelligence. Then soul will enjoy. Okay, otherwise there will be sufferings. Okay. So now, till now what we discussed? Komaram Yovanam Jara, that picture you saw. Then we discussed Dehino Asmin Yatha Dehe. We understood like Dehe is body. We discussed about two types of bodies, and then we discussed about what are those two types of body made up of, right? And then we discussed about the analogy to understand about that body and soul. Now the next section is Tatha Dehantara Praptir. So what we are discussing about Tatha Dehantara Praptir. What happens after death? Okay. So this part all of you are clear. This is gross body, then there is a subtle body, and then soul. Okay. When person dies, what happens? We are talking about Tatha Dehantara Praptir, hai na? When person dies, what happens? Soul leaves. Only soul will leave, right? What happens to gross body?
Goes into the earth. Again, in back to the.
It is made up of those, so it goes back. What happened to subtle body?
It goes with the soul.
Right? How do we know really subtle body goes? We have to again Bhagavad Gita say we will understand. Is it pakka ki subtle body goes with the soul? So outside body will be vanished, but subtle body will be there. Okay. Now we will see how can we ensure like yes, subtle body is there with the soul. Okay. So what happens here? A person died, the soul transmigrated, moves. When the soul is going, what happens? It will get the new gross body, right? But with the soul, something is also coming. What is that? Subtle body. How do we know that? So that we will understand. But you can also see like from the beginning, from the childhood itself, there will be some taste which children will say, I don't like this. And they will have some kind of interest, and from the beginning itself, because it is stored in the memory, and memory is also here part of your subtle body. Okay, so that's why because I remember in my childhood I never used to eat bhindi, lady finger, but अभी तो खाती हूँ, शायद वो memory से चला गया होगा, I don't know. From the childhood, without any reason why we don't like, we don't know, but it is there. That previous birth impressions will be there. Okay, so this is clear. Gross body destroyed, but subtle body goes with the soul and gets the new body. Correct? How do we know that? Because there are scientific proofs. There is a mystery of reincarnation. So we will discuss about something on the reincarnation. There are some case studies, some examples. So this Dr. Stevenson's, he is the like professor in the who is into this reincarnation department, and there is one case study about one person. Okay, so we will talk about that reincarnation case study about one person. His name is Deep Kapadia. So Deep Kapadia, he was born in Bombay. Okay, and when he was 3.5 years old, he started talking in Marwadi. He started Marwadi language. He started speaking. The family is in this speaking. Nobody knows about Marwadi, and in 3.5 years he started speaking in Marwadi, and he started talking about something on the Jaipur, Udaipur side, and he started talking about some fort, all these things. And then they were showing him to doctor what happened to him, why he's talking these kind of words in this languages. Then they could understand, because it's small bacha, how he's speaking about these kind of things. There is something which he is having from the last births, and they reached out to this department, and then like as a part of research, what happens, so you have to practically experience it, right? So what they did, they took him to the Jaipur's Udaipur. So when they were traveling in a train, but they didn't tell him about it, like we are going to this place. And when they were going in a train, just before that Udaipur station, before that itself, he said like, next station is Udaipur. He is the 3.5-year bacha, and he is telling like next station is that. And then when they got down from the train, and then like he remembered his previous birth, na. So he was staying in Jaipur, Udaipur, that place, and then there are rickshaw walas and all. So he is waving his hand, oh bhaiya kaise ho, like that he is talking, because he is thinking like I am that same person. And then they took him to his house, and one person opened the door, and he is 32 years young boy, and this chota bacha is oh my son, मतलब वो अपने बेटे को हक कर रहा है, और that person is surprised कि why he is behaving like this. And then they had a long discussion, and then he asked, how can I believe like you are my father? So he said, on second floor there is a one cupboard, there one rifle is kept which nobody knows, you and me know, so we will go up. So that's how they went up, and they saw that. And then he told like his name was Pannalal Agarwal, and he was a chief security officer in Udaipur fort. And then they took him to Udaipur and this fort, and there also they asked him all the secret questions about what a chief security person only would know. So they asked, and he was answering all this. And then with that it is clear, like body, he died in Jaipur and birth is in Mumbai, and person is not there, but all the memories are there, everything is there. That means subtle body is there, right? Something is there from the past, everything is there, right? So he could recollect, and this person, he's still there, Deep Kapadia. And now the thing is, like there are now, this is just a sample, like some books about reincarnation. So the question one is like, would you feel like we should also have, like we should also would have remembered our previous birth thing? Do you feel like that? So there was an interview of that Deep Kapadia, and then they asked about him because we don't remember anything, hai, and he remembered. So there was an interview. It was asked to him, how do you feel? You know everything about now how you are living your life. So he says like it is very difficult because I don't know. Like he has to live this life. And his previous life, this thing is there. Imagine your parents, okay, your previous husband, or like how do we live, right? Whether there or here, right? So this will be very difficult, right? So that is good. Like that's why see, Krishna is so intelligent. भुला दो सब कुछ भुला दो, फ्रेश से स्टार्ट करो, क्योंकि सी वाई वी केम हियर फॉर एंजॉयमेंट ना. सो ही सेड एंजॉयमेंट तो तभी करोगे ना when you get this beta phone books, when you get this thing like forgetfulness, then only you can enjoy, right? So these books okay, so now you people said like it would be good if we know like what we have done. Only good point will be see, one thing is good, like which everybody would have done is some kind of spiritual activity. All of you have done that. Part is 100% clear. Since everything will disappear, but spiritual credits will not go. So that all of you have, that's why you are here. So that didn't go. Now coming to the point which you people said like yeah, we should be, if we know previous birth thing, it would be good. But you see various scenarios where it is very difficult. Like somebody died in the car accident, then he will always have a fear to get into the car. Somebody died in the fire, suicide, like suicide का तो खैर अलग ही हो जाता है, but somebody in the fire, they will have some phobia. So those kind of things will always be there. So you get scared, right? So phobia is what? Persistence, excessive, unrealistic fear. Because in this current birth, we haven't seen that, but still we are fearful. Why we are fearful? Because it has some fear that was there in the previous birth that is still carrying, है ना? So that is also difficult. So this is telling you like why God gave us forgetfulness is so that those kind of things also doesn't come, right? So you understood, like if those remembrance are there, then life also will be difficult, because the person who is living this life, he has to live in this current and the previous. That would be difficult. Okay, so now this is something on just we are getting into that same part. Which part?
Reincarnation.
We are continuing from the shloka dehino asmin yatha dehe komaram yovanam jara tatha dehantara praptis. We are talking about tatha dehantara praptis. We are just on that point. Dehantar pe hi atake hai na, dehantar. Because how the death, what happens, subtle body goes, subtle body kaise, how. So then we discussed about reincarnation. Now here there's some example of near death experience. So in this what happens, like this is also some scenario given on the we will play that video. When anesthesia is given, what happens, it is like person is clinically dead. If like at the somebody is going for a big surgery, like lot of cut and those things will be there. So you have to completely, what is happening to the body, nothing we should know, right? So what happens, doctor will give you anesthesia at that level where you are completely out of it. Your consciousness is, you are completely out of it, right? The person is considered as clinically dead, and their ECG level also will not fluctuate. It will be almost at the flat level. And during that stage, sometimes this near death experiences can be felt, because near death, otherwise if you see, because I also have remembered, like when I went through some surgery and it was very bekar surgery. So when anesthesia was given, some kind of consciousness will be there, like we will be separate and body will be separate. Something is happening to the body, we wouldn't know, right? Above that is another experience, which is near death experience. Body goes, soul goes above the body. Soul goes above the body and sees what is happening to the body. So this is near death experience. So what is happening here? Soul is coming out of the body and seeing. Okay, so there is one video which is about one a surgery, and there at one point of time it was like the person's heart stopped pumping and it was like the person is almost dead. And the person who went through the surgery, then she recovered and she spoke about her experience. She came out, she saw on the hospital what all things she saw. So based on that, okay, so we will just see that.
In Germany, Christina's doctors are also losing their battle. Her heart will not restart. She has just minutes before her brain too shuts down.
Es wurde ein Defibrillationsschock
We were trying to jumpstart her heart with a defibrillator.
zum Schlagen zu bringen. Gleichzeitig
We gave her several drugs.
mehrere Medikamente. Der Patientin hatte zu viel
The patient had lost too much blood. Her organs weren't getting enough.
kein Mensch und ich am wenigsten
We really didn't think we could save her.
sein kann.
Because Christina's heart has stopped pumping, many would consider her dead. Yet something seems to be happening. with her mind.
Das nächste, was ich wieder weiß, ist, ja, dass ich wohl unter der
Next
Decke.
thing I know, I was hovering underneath the ceiling of the room. I could see down on myself laying on the operating table, and I saw the surgeons and heard them talking to each other. The scenario was pretty hectic. I realized that this was about life or death.
To help understand near-death experiences, some researchers focus on the content of these episodes.
A common element that occurs early in near-death experiences is what's called an out-of-body experience. At that time, the person seems to be able to see and hear things going on, but up from the vantage point above their body.
Clear. That's what everybody knew, like this soul part, but when we see, we get into deeper, we really feel like, yeah, we are something separate from this, right? Clear, na? 3 parts, only one shloka, right? Then next part is Dhiras tatrana mohyati. When you grew from childhood to boyhood, girlhood, and then youth, did you feel like why it is happening? It is, you, nobody can force it not to happen also, right? It has to happen. Nobody wants to grow old, right? We always want to be like young, but nothing can stop, right? So here these changes are natural and it will happen. Nobody can stop. Dhiras tatrana mohyati. So sober person is not bewildered by such a change. So this transition with the how we have gone from one stage to another, second stage to third stage. So that's how we will go from this stage, old age, and then die and then get into another body. This is the change. Okay, but there is a solution also, not to get into that another body, or we will have a choice, because person has a choice. So that Bhagavad Gita will teaches us how that choice can be made, so that we don't have to suffer again. Okay, so with that, I don't want to, today only I can't discuss about everything, but this will come slowly. If you keep coming, you will really understand all the aspects. Okay, now sober person is not bewildered by such a change. This is a lesson as a leadership person getting into the jobs. They want to take a leadership qualities. This is a major identification of a leader. Leader is a person who is stable, who doesn't get see, in jobs also, if you see, they would like to see the person's profile who has not had a many shifts, like changes in the job, right? Why do they look for it? That means the person is stable. He is able to tolerate the ups and downs, right? So this is a leadership lesson also for the jobs, for your career. The person is sober. He is not bewildered by such kind of changes. But when he will not be bewildered, not by only understanding, by practicing. When you keep practicing, that this philosophy will make you very equipoised in all situation. Why we will be equipoised in all situation? Because we know this is not in our control. This is how it has to happen, right? We will not be in anxiety. We will not, because we understand we are not this body, we are the soul. So we have to be at the soul level. We have to do activities related to the soul. Material body, so today it is there, tomorrow it won't be there. Today I may get happiness by getting this promotion, tomorrow again after promotion another kind of workload will come that I will not be able to manage. So another kind of anxiety will come. So that kind of fluctuation will keep coming. But if you understand like what is permanent, what is temporary, then you will not go beyond this. Okay. So this is the major example, understanding from today's session. We are not human being with spiritual experience, but we are spiritual being with human experience. right? So till now we were like human being, some kind of spirituality. So that means spirituality is not a choice, it is needed. Why? Because we are spiritual entities, so we have to practice spirituality because we are the energy of the Lord and we have to work in that. But if we are not, like, remember last class, the person highly qualified but doing the work of a low profile, automatically frustration will come. We are the spiritual entity but doing the work of human entity. Then what? How we will get the happiness, bliss? We won't get, because our job profile is permanent, eternal, happy. We are doing the work of a sad. So that's how that sadness will be there. Okay. So practical benefit for today's session is like universal brotherhood. This you want everywhere Shanti, peace should be there. That can only come when we come out of the bodily discomfort. When we we call it now Vasudev Kutum. Vasudev Kutum, how it will be? We are all are his parcels, pets, sons of Vasudev. When we understand this, then automatically we will know like we all are his energies, we all are his people. So there will not be any difference, right? So that's why in ISKCON, if you see our Srila Prabhupada, everybody in various, we wouldn't have seen those people also in US, UK. We are seeing all these people because the common language is Hare Krishna, right? The common language between everybody is Hare Krishna. So that's how they are tied together. You know, like so many temples all over the countries. We don't know anybody. When I travel from my office to some city, I wouldn't know anybody, but I will just try to explore. There is ISKCON temple, yes. In which place? This place. I will get food, yes. That's the only thing, and that means I have a home in every city. So that's how Srila Prabhupada has given us this place where universal boyhood is there. You go anywhere, you will get food. What do? We struggle only for food, right? That's how we go and everything. So he has given us shelter. You go in the temple, right? There are devotees. Stay. You can go and stay in their place also. So that kind of universal brotherhood is given only by Srila Prabhupada. And why? Because in this, the common center of attraction is Lord Krishna. And we will rise above inferiority complex because we are not talking about bodily thing, we are only talking about spirituality. So there is no inferiority complex. We will have positive outlook. So we, like leadership sessions in offices, they do soft skills, leadership, life skills session, how to develop positive attitude. All these things will come automatically. You don't have to go for any sessions. In Bhagavad Gita itself, everything will come. How to utilize properly all the resources. Those things also, because nothing belongs to us. This body also doesn't belong to us. So everything belongs to Lord, and we should utilize everything properly in the service of the Lord. So these are the learning. So the overall, from last sessions to this session, we understood like there is a hollowness because of not fulfilling the spiritual need. And spiritual need can only be fulfilled when we know we are the spiritual entity. That's how we learnt about today, about spiritual entities. Then only we will know, okay, there is some spiritual need and we should go for it. And then that's how we understood, okay, now previous session we discussed about 4 types of need, right? What are those? 4 needs we discussed, right? Physical need getting fulfilled by the which level here? Gross body. Then psychological, it's coming at which level? Subtle level. How? Because achievement, sense of proprietorship, right? Those kind of things. It's coming at subtle level. Then emotional also will come at subtle level. Then the 4th one was spiritual. Where it comes? Soul level. So this part only we ignored, right? We concentrated on others, relationship finding, sense of achievements in the office or in the career, right? Physical need. But we completely left one major thing, which is soul, spirituality. So that's how we are trying to feed the soul. How do we feed the soul? This is part is which you people just now explained. This is right. Physical need, gross body, psychological and emotional, subtle body, and spiritual need, spirit soul. So we should feed the soul. How do we feed the soul? There is material sound, there is a spiritual sound, right? Material sound which is in this sky, spiritual sound which is coming from the spiritual world. So we should get that sound, right? So that we can connect with him, right? So we will do the meditation. So by meditation we will feed the soul, or by reading Bhagavad Gita, or by associating with such kind of devotees. I don't know, I don't remember when we were doing that Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the beginning, you could feel like there are positive energy, positive vibes in the environment, right? So that comes because everybody has the same motive today. We all are sitting not for any purpose. We just are sitting, we came together and we are feeding our spirit. So it's all happening at the spirit level. That's how we felt that energy. Instead of that, if there is a place where material sound is there, that sometimes you will be there, it will feel, but after that it will you will get tired, you will feel exhausted, right? But here this will give you energy which will be there for the entire week. And when our energy level goes down, again we will have sessions, right? So we will start with our mantra meditation. You will get the beats here. I'll just tell you how do we go for it, but before that, any questions? Any questions you have? I hope it's
like we want to know our previous birth, because I want to know why these sufferings are there in my life. Like, there are few sufferings which I don't think I have not done anything in this life that I am getting those. So if we get to know our previous birth, then only we can understand, okay, I did this mistake, that's why I am having these kind of miseries in my life, or that pain in my life. So is it okay to know about your previous birth?
So you want to know why the suffering is there, because something I would have done in the previous birth. पता नहीं ना कितने birth लिए हैं, how many births we have taken, and which birth you would know. It's better understand the base. So in Bhagavad Gita, there is in the upcoming sessions, there is a chapter on karma, the session on karma, because you may go back to, okay, try to investigate from, anyway that is difficult, but that is not the solution, because it is not like one birth. We never know which birth, which karma, what is happening. So that karma lesson will teach us the root cause and how to destroy that karma so that I don't suffer. That we should understand, because we are not looking for any temporary thing. This is happening, how to get rid of it. We want permanent solution. So we will get into what is the root cause and how to get rid of this root cause. That's how we will be understanding in the session. Then you will be able to correlate. Then you will be able to treat that reaction in a different way. So it's all, everything is at the root level. So that's why Bhagavad Gita, it's when you understand every aspect at the root level, then attitude towards life and the happenings in the life will completely change. The logic of seeing the life will be in different perspective. Okay, we'll start. Acha, okay. So we will chant today, and I'll tell you which mantra to chant and why we are chanting this mantra also. We will just have 2-3 minutes discussion. So this is the main beat. Okay, this one. We should not touch the this mala on the ground. Okay, we can keep it on our lap. and we should always have this finger. That's why in these bags now you will see one space to bring this finger out, because this finger we in the material this thing pointing out kind of thing, you know. But there is another this thing also you can also show. So this and you have to bring this each beat towards yourself. So we will chant one mantra, we will hear that mantra and bring the beats towards us. So we will go to one beat, we will chant mantra, then we will move to the next beat and then chant mantra. So beat should come towards us. So that's the thing. Okay, you want to show? Sure. So this mind will take you here and there, okay? Mind will not allow you to sit. So you have to see what is the problem with the mind. Mind cannot sit without work, है ना? So you have to give that some work to mind. What work you will give? Take simple example. You have got a call, and you have to concentrate. This call you have to hear it properly. This is related to your promotion. If you don't hear, then you will not be able to fill your appraisal. So what will happen? दरवाजा बंद करके अपना आराम से we will hear. Okay, so mind will also concentrate because intelligence has given the instruction. That kind of instruction you give it to mind. I want to hear this. I want to chant this. I want to hear it completely, each and every syllable. So then mind will be. Mind को कुछ भी चाहे वैसे उसको सही से बताओ ना, तो that it will do. So we just have to tell the mind to hear it properly. Okay, so before we start, which mantra to chant? We will chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. But why this mantra? There are many Vedic mantras, but why do we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is because all other Vedic mantras has some constraint in terms of place, time, and which person because which person can chant. Sometimes like some girls may say, in this situation can we hold the beads, we have not taken bath, that kind of situations also you may come. But this Hare Krishna Mahamant, you don't have any constraint. Anybody can chant at any time, any situation. Why Lord has given this for us is because we should be able to remember Lord, right? That's how there is another verses like whatever you remember at the end of your life, same destination you will get in the next birth. So that's how we have to remember Lord. So for remembering in Kali Yuga, very simple path. Just chant Hare Krishna Mahamant. There is no constraint of time, person or place. That's why we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamant. That is one reason. Another reason which is given in Srimad Bhagavatam, we will just please repeat after me. कृतेयध्यायतो विष्णु त्रेतायां यजतो मखये द्वापरे परिचार्यायां कलो तद्धरि कीर्तनात्. In Satyuga, it was like meditation, dhyayato. In Treta Yuga, it is yagna. In Dwapar Yuga, it is deity worship. In Kali Yuga is Harinam Kirtan. So because we can't do meditation, our mind will not allow, and meditation we have to do it for 100,000 years. Lifetime itself is not even 100 years. We can't do that. Yagna, you need purity in all the items you use. Brahmana who is doing also, all they should be purified. That is also very difficult to get in Kali Yuga. Deity worship also, we have to have a complete standard where you are following everything for the deity worship. And deity worship you cannot do at any time, right? So then Kali Yuga mein simple solution is Harinam Sankirtan. So it's very easy to take Hari names, right? Whether you are in how much hurry, still you can take the name of Hari, it won't take much time. Correct? So in Kali Santana Upanishad, it is given Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. इति षोडशकं नाम्नां कलिकल्मषनाशनम् नत्ता परतरोपय सर्ववेदेषु दृश्यते सर्ववेदेषु दृश्यते. So in this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, these 16 names composed of 32 syllables are the only means to counteract the evil effect of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga has many evil effects. So to counterattack that, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra can counteract. So this Kali Kalmasha Nashanam. In all the Vedas, like Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate, in all the Vedas it is seen that to cross the oceans of omniscience, there is no alternate to the chanting of the holy names. Okay, so we will start with this mantra and then we will start chanting. Okay, and you keep like you close your eyes and keep it closed. I will tell you when to open. Okay, though our audio will be stopped, but you don't open your eyes. Okay, so we will just start with this. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare
don't open it. Chant 3 times again and tell your mind not to disturb for at least now 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Keep your eyes closed only and now chant in your mind without moving your lips, just in your mind, because finally this subtle body is something which has to be strong and have this memory. So we have to tell our mind not to do anything, just in the mind you chant 3 times Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, you can open your eyes. You can share your experiences for today's session if anybody would like to share. And we will move to the next section of the program after this. We'll do the Aarti. If you want to share some of your experiences, that you can share now. Anybody would like to share? Somebody. Maybe who has come today for the first time, if you would like to share. Anybody?
Hare Krishna. I am associated with not ISKCON but other spiritual activities regularly. But today is first time I am coming here and attending your lecture or any ISKCON activity. And I'm feeling very grateful towards you that I got the chance to associate with you and can feel the power of mantra while doing with you. So I'm feeling very good from inside. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like to share?
Hare Krishna. So this is my first time as well participating in an ISKCON activity. I'm feeling so grateful and blessed to have this connection and strengthen my mind that I've attended this. I've been planning this since a very long time to attend some Bhagavad Gita session or join as a volunteer in ISKCON, but it's been years actually planning that. Finally I got here. I'm so happy that I came here and I'm so thankful to you that you're giving all the enlightenment to us and for all the learnings and education. It's really a blessing for all of us.
Nice.
Thank you.
See, it's like Lord is hearing the desires. He just, whoever calls him, he will come. So he'll invite. We just have to call him. Thank you. Thank you.